Are you a small business owner or individual that offers products and services to your customers and you want to start selling them online but you don't know where to begin? You're maybe excited about your new business, but you also don't want to go spend a bunch of money and waste time setting up complicated e-commerce solutions? In the next hour, I'm going to show you how to build this exact website on how to offer virtual services to your clients immediately. So in the next hour, I'm going to show you step by step how to create a beautiful website to where you can not only highlight your products or services, but where you can sell them, offer them for one click on your website. So if I click here, I can see here's my services. If I click sign up, it directs me right to PayPal to where my customers can begin signing up and paying for my services. Best of all, takes no experience required. There's no software to install. There's nothing complicated. Everything's done easily dragged and dropped in your browser, and we try to make it as quick as possible. So if you're interested in offering your products or services online, you do not know where to begin, then start right here. This is completely beginner friendly, and I'm going to start from the very beginning, and I'm going to go to the very end, and I'm not going to leave any step out. So if you want to get your business online, you want to start offering your customers the ability to sign up and pay right now, keep on watching. Hi everyone, and welcome to NameHero. I'm Ryan, the founder and CEO. In today's video tutorial, I want to show you how to use our website builder to make an online website for a virtual personal trainer. So here in 2020, with the days of the unfortunate COVID-19 pandemic and global lockdowns, we're seeing a huge demand for online-based services, and personal training, weight loss, and fitness is no exception. Gyms all across the world have been shut down or severely limited to the number of people they can accept. So people that are trying to stay in shape or get back in shape or lose weight or whatnot, or maybe even put weight on, they're looking for online services to accomplish this at home. So here at NameHero, we've had a huge influx of almost every type of product or service out there, of people trying to get their services online to where they can still serve their clients and they can do it in a virtual manner that's safe for everyone, and it also helps their business stay afloat. So personal training has been just an enormous one, and it's one that I really would never have thought about until this whole COVID-19 pandemic came about. I mean, obviously, you've had the online workouts or the DVD workouts or whatnot, but really, if you're a personal trainer, this gives you an easy way to connect with your clients, to provide them the same workouts that you would if you were working with them, but to do it online and also to be able to collect payment. So here at NameHero, we just recently released our website builder, and this is one of the services specifically in mind because we want to help you, if you have no experience whatsoever creating your own website, on how to be able to set this up and do it easily without spending a lot of money. Because, right, times are tough right now. It's a crazy economic climate. You don't want to spend a bunch of money hiring a professional and going through months of development. This can actually be done in your web browser right now. So at the end of this tutorial, you should have an active personal training website to where your customers can go to it and they can sign up for your workout services online. Okay, so right now I'm on the main NameHero website, and if you don't have an account with us yet, I want you to click on Website Builder. And it'll take you to a page that looks like this, and you can sign up for an account for free. So you just click this button, and then you would just create your name and username and password with your email address, and there is no credit card. It's free for 7 days. Okay, now today I'm going to be demonstrating e-commerce functionality. So you have to have an upgraded package to be able to use the e-commerce suite. So I've got YouTube videos on both registering for the trial and also for upgrading your account. We want to give you the trial so you can first, play around with it and see, is this for me without sinking any money into it. And I think you're going to be very pleased with how easy it is to use our website builder. And then once you're satisfied, you can then upgrade to the e-commerce package, and then you can start building out your virtual website. So for my demo account, I'm already logged in. I already have an upgraded package. So right now, this is just my NameHero dashboard, and I'm going to navigate over to the builder. So if you're following along, that's what we want to hit into next. So I'm going to click on Cloud Web Hosting. Now you'll see I've got an active trial and e-commerce. Now, if you're following along, you have to make sure you have the e-commerce package because the trial doesn't have all the templates and functionality that we're going to be using in this tutorial. So if yours says trial, you would actually need to go into it here and click on upgrade And then you can see the e-commerce builders right here. So you can try it out. 1 month's about $30. The longer you sign up, the more you save. So if you want to go for 36 months, you're going to save $10 a month. So the savings are quite substantial. But you can just try it out for a month if you want. But this is what you would need before you proceed in this tutorial. So I'm going to go back to my products and services and e-commerce builder. So I'm going to click on this. Okay, so here's my e-commerce package. You'll notice this is my website subdomain. So when I click this, that's how I can preview my website publicly. So I can send that to my friends, family, colleagues, check it out on my phone. But I can also connect a domain to this when I'm finished building the website. So we'll get into that towards the end of the tutorial. But right now I want to edit the website or launch the builder. So I would just click Edit Site or Website Builder. Or I could even click Launch Builder down here at the bottom. All right, so this is going to bring up the page builder in our browser. And this is where we're going to do everything to build our website. Okay, now I've got a sample already in here, so I need to reset my template. So I'm just going to hover over here and go to Change Template. And I want to go down to Online Business. It's down here on the left below Nature. And you'll notice we have this little template that's built for personal trainers. So you have over 200 templates here you can use at NameHero's HeroBuilder. And each one of these you can customize, as far as everything. Look, feel, images. You can add your own images or, replace the ones or even use the ones that's on there. But me personally, I recommend that, especially if you're a beginner, just using one of these predefined templates because it's going to save you a lot of time and you can customize it to meet your exact business needs and you can develop it over time. You don't have to have everything perfect today, but, if you're a personal trainer, you're obviously wanting to recoup some of that revenue. So you can get your services online today and you can worry about that perfection, as you go along and as your website grows. If you do want to create a blank website, we do just have a blank template. It's under all templates. Where to go? Well, somewhere in here there is a blank template. There it is, right here, blank. So you could select the blank template if you wanted to build from scratch, And again, I don't really recommend that because it takes so much time to get everything in order, and that's why we, have these predefined ones for you. So I'll go back to Online Business, and I'm going to select this one. And I've got to overwrite my current changes, so just give it a second while it brings it up here. All right, so here's my fitness-based website. So you'll notice here, I'm going to go kind of from the top down. If I look at the top here, we've got a couple pre-set up pages. So your home page, when someone goes right to your website, what do they see? And we've got our team. So it's just a page, you can use this as your About Us if you don't have a team. And just some images and about the website. Our lessons, so this would be like your service page, whatever you're going to be selling or offering to your clients. And then if we go here to contacts, this is going to be like your contact or page that people, how they reach out to you to get your services. Okay, so that's the pages we have in this template. We're going to start with the home. Okay, now down here at the kind of the next bar, you'll notice you can select different devices. This way your website looks good no matter how your audience is viewing. So right here is a mobile phone. So if I click this, this is what your website would look like on a mobile phone. And so see, if you wanted to make changes to the way things look, you could do that, just by looking at that. You can go out one more, and this is how it looks on a tablet. You go one more, this is how it looks like on a laptop or a smaller computer screen. And we could go out one more. This is how it looks on a widescreen computer, more your standard computer monitor. So me personally, I like to develop on this widescreen. And then as I go along, I just check, how it looks on the different devices. And, with HeroBuilder, we want to make sure that your website's developed for cross-device compatibility because, nowadays everyone's got their phones, right? And so it's likely someone's going to be looking at your services from a link on Facebook, and they're probably going to be in the Facebook app. So you want to make sure your site looks good on phones as well as computers as well as the tablets. Okay, so the site's brought up here. The first thing I like to do when I get started is like my logo. So if I just click on, anytime I click on something on HeroBuilder, it brings up another menu to my right where I have got these extra options, on how to edit stuff. For the logo, there's not a whole lot in here. You can see the size, the opacity is 100%, and you've got the auto size, yada, yada, yada. If I click this pencil icon, it's a little bit hard to get around here, you can see this is just text. So I can click on edit text, and I can simply just type in whatever the name of my website's going to be. Actually, it's canceled there. It's trying to bring up my menu item. So this is just called 24/7. So I could call this, I'll just say Ryan's Fitness. Now I changed the color. If I double click on it, click on this text here, I can change it back to white. I think white looks good there. Apply. And likewise, I can double click the text here, and I can change the font size. If I don't want it bold, I can control that. If I want it italicized. So there's a lot of options you can do. Change it to be, it's centered align now, but you could change it to left or right. But this is how the entire builder works. Anywhere we start clicking and editing, we can simply fix the text. It's not complicated. Okay, so next we have our menu. So if I click on this, I'm going to click on edit menu, so the pencil, then edit. These are the different pages. Remember, that's already set up for us. Now, if we don't want to show an item in the menu, for example, if you're home, you don't want to link to the home page, you can just uncheck default menu item, and that will remove it. Our team, so this is the name on the menu. So if you just want to change this, like about me, and so our lessons, we could put maybe services. Actually, let's try this. Let's do workout services. Contacts, just do something like contact me. Okay, and you can also, set some properties like open this, when someone clicks the link, open it in a new window. Obviously, we talked about don't show it in the menu item, a default item, or show in a pop-up. So it's kind of just little extra options so you have full control over the links. Most of the time, you don't need to edit these. I'll click apply, and you'll see here's what we got now. And for some reason, I don't know why it just now did not remove the home. Let's go back and look. Edit menu. Home. Yeah, we don't want it to show the home. And for some reason, that's not changing. I'll get back to that here in just a second. Let's save the draft here. It's probably where I reset that page. It's got to reset itself. Okay, so this is the menu, and you'll notice each time I just clicked on a link there. If I want to edit another page, I can just click on it from here. But you also notice this menu in the header, it updated globally. It updated on all of my pages. You only have to do it once. You don't have to go to each page and edit the menu because that'd be monotonous. Okay, so the next thing I want to do is I want to click on these cogs here, and I want to make sure that landing page is off. So it is. Now, some of our templates are meant for landing pages. And basically a landing page means if you're like doing a paid marketing campaign and you're sending someone to your site to buy right now, it basically, instead of being a website, it just turns it all into one page. So for this, we want to make sure this is off because we're looking to build a full website right now. So you just want to make sure that that is ticked off. All right, and we can talk about this other stuff later on. All right, we just want to go back to the home because we just want to now customize this template to look like our website. Okay, so here's the main headline for the site, or the main title, what the site's about. So I'm just going to type something up here. Custom workout plan, workouts and diet plans for your unique needs. Okay, so this is getting kind of big. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to change this font just a bit. So let's see what heading 3. That's too small. Let's see what page title looks like. All right, so I don't really like that one. So you have all kinds of different font faces you can use. I like how that breaks, but still don't think it looks too good. Let's just change it to heading. And let's make the color white. Apply. Let's hit enter. There we go. All right, so custom workout and diet plans. So under these, I'm going to underline them. Here. Whoops. All right. So, you know, see, I think it looks a little bit better here instead of just a basic headline. Custom workout and diet plans for your unique needs. Okay, so, you know, feel free. You can change it to whatever your website's about. You know, me personally, from my experience working online, you know, the first thing that someone should see when they get to your website is, what do you offer? You know, and most of the time, this is an answer to someone's problem. So someone has a problem. They need to work out. They need to do it online. You know, so what do you solve? Well, you can develop the custom workout and diet plans for your unique needs. And then what we can do is the next part of text, we describe our services a little bit more. Let's see here. Actually, let's change this up a little bit. Okay, so I just did just a little example text here. You know, welcome to your very own virtual personal trainer. I develop custom workout and diet plans that you can complete from the comfort of your own home. Regardless of your goals, I can help you meet them. Okay, so I like to do a headline with what the site's about, then I like to do a little, you know, extra text. Now, you know, if you want to space stuff differently, you know, you can move this stuff around, you know, any which way that you want. You know, obviously on a wide screen, you can see there's a little bit of space here, but we can test these as we go along, you know, to see what it looks like on these different devices. You know, obviously it's important for me that it looks good on a mobile phone, so you can see it does. Now we can cut out these spaces. You can see this arrow that comes about here. You know, if we wanted to drag that up some, we can do that. Then we can go look at the other pages on a laptop, on a big screen. So, you know, the bigger screen has a little bit more space, whereas on our phone, you know, we make that space a little bit smaller. You know, that way it looks really nice on a mobile phone when someone, you know, comes from Facebook or whatnot. All right, so it looks pretty good. Now, as I move along, I always like to go over here to the right and save draft. You know, just in case my computer crashes or browser crashes out, I don't lose my work. So make sure that you kind of do that often. When I click on preview, this shows me how the website's going to look, you know, in a web browser. So this is for a wide screen. If I want to see how it looks on a laptop, on a tablet, and on a mobile phone. So see, really easy here. You'll notice the menu, you know, kind of pops in here, so it looks good on a phone, whereas on a wide screen, the menu's all right here. All right, so we'll close the preview. All right, so now we can keep on going here. So we've got a Buy Now button, and if I click on it here, I can click this pencil. And actually, I want to go here to the right. So, and whenever I'm editing an element, I've got two options. So just back to the Buy It Now, I can click this pencil icon, and you can see there's no other options. You know, duplicate, copy, paste, lock, remove, visibility, or select the parent. Don't worry about that if that confuses you. But if I go to my right, I've got all these other options. So most of the time, you know, if you're just clicking on text, the options are limited. But then if you click a button, you have this whole new menu that comes up here. So right off the top, you have general Buy Now. So what I can do now is this is my call to action. You know, so people see what I offer, I give them a little description, and now I want to give them a button to call to action, you know, get them to take action on my site. And I read a study a couple years ago, you know, when someone lands on your site, you literally have a couple of seconds to gain their interest or kind of capture their attention and to get them to drive to do an action. You know, you want them to click this Buy It Now, or not Buy Now, whatever call to action it may be. You know, learn more, get started, see our plans. You know, you want them to do that within the first couple seconds of hitting your page, if not, you know, up to a minute. You know, once you start hitting that 1 minute mark of them being on your site, you're going to start to lose, people are going to drop off. That's why these elements are so important right here at the top. So what we'll do here is we're just going to put Get Started. All right, so text, this is the text font face for this button. So if we wanted to change that, you know, to a different type of font, we can here. We're just gonna keep it at Poppins. Size, we can change this call to action, the actual size of the text, to be a little bit bigger or a little smaller. So we can go up just a little bit. And then once again, we can preview on our laptop, on our tablet, and on our phone. Just want to make sure that looks nice and clean, which it does. All right, line height, this changes the, actual where the line is of it. There's only one line of text here, so it's not going to make a difference. Like a line like this of 2 lines of text, you could separate the spacing between these, kind of like adding a double space or whatnot. Letter spacing, this changes how close these letters are spaced together. So you can see it's at 0, it's default, but if I started to add more, it'll increase the spacing in between there. And most of the time, you don't like to change that unless your font's like an impact. All right, align. So we're aligned center, but we could change it, right, left, whatever. Looks the best there. It's bold. We can make it italic or add an underline. I don't like to get too much in depth to it, so we'll just keep it bold. Color, I like the white. Looks good. Background, the background color is red. I think that looks nice. Border, this is the border around the button. You can see it's a gray with rounded corners. So if I preview it, sometimes you can't see it with the mouse selected. You can see the gray, you can't hardly even see the border, but you can see these rounded corners. So if I wanted to change those, I could do that in here. I could also add an image to the background if I wanted to, which I don't. Hover, so this is when someone hovers over the link, when they actually go to get started, you can see the text, the hover turns it black. So it just makes it a little bit more interactive. Same with your menu links here. Close preview. And so I could change that if I wanted. I think black looks good here. The background, if we wanted to change the background when someone hovers over it, we could do that here as well, which I don't think I need to. Active, so this is just when the link is clicked, what color it looks like. Most of the time the defaults or whatever is fine. Okay, so now the link, when someone clicks this, this goes to the workout services page. So this is going to tell us here. So when I click the link properties, I can send this to an external website address, a page on our website. So you can see, remember, we've got the workout services, the about me, the contact me, or the home. So workout services is where we want to send them. You can do an email address or phone number as well. Download a file. I don't think that'd really work for call to action. This is just the title of the link when you hover over it. We can just say get started. This isn't required. It just gives you a little bit more, it makes it a little bit more friendly in different browsers. We could open it in a new window, put a no follow tag on it for SEO, or open as a pop-up. There's no need to do that here. And if you don't understand those, there's really no need to do anything to that. Okay, so that's what's going to happen when someone clicks it. It's going to take them to the workout services page. We have these size options here. So this is just the size of the element. I'm going to leave them default because they look good. But I can, resize here, by just dragging it. So if I want to make it bigger, smaller, or whatnot, I can do that. I'm going to undo so I don't change anything up. I'm going to save my draft before we get any further. Okay, so that's kind of this first header. Looks good. Okay, so down here, so now, at the top, we have what the site's about, a description, and an immediate call to action. After that, so most people, you want them to take action immediately. If they're a little skeptical, you can use this to try to sell them a little bit more. So what we can do here is add a title, a little bit more about your business or your website. What is it you're offering? Let's see, let's change this a little bit more. Let's put virtual personal trainer. And then I'm just going to put a little bit more about the services. Okay, so I'm not going to spend too much time trying to make this perfect, but what I did here is I just said, whether you're trying to lose weight, bulk up, or just get back in shape, I can develop a unique workout and diet plan just for you. All my workouts can be completed in the comfort of your own home, and meal plans are developed with simplicity in mind. So this just, we're telling a little bit more about our services. And now what we're going to do is we're going to show actually some of our services to people. Because remember, we want them to take action here, but if they don't, we probably need to explain just a little bit more about what we offer. A lot of times too, if someone comes and they take action immediately, that could be from a referral, maybe a friend or someone had referred them to you, and so they already know what you do. But if for someone that doesn't, you need to explain yourself a little bit more. Okay, so I want to add some text above these because I want to show the different services that I'm going to offer. So I'm going to click the plus, and then I'm going to click text. All right, when I do that, we've got some predefined text templates to add. So just basically, if you see one that you like, you can use this. Now remember, we can change any of this. This just helps you get things done a little bit quicker. So let's try heading 2, and let's try to make this. All right, so we're going to talk about losing weight, bulking up, and getting toned. So we'll say gain mass. I'm going to click on this. I want to make it white. I don't like that gray. And we can also click this for recent apply. So gain mass. And then we're going to go here, add text again. Remember, we use that heading 2. Just going to drag this over here. Let's just call it weight loss. We're going to double click it. We're going to change our color to white. Apply. So weight loss, gain mass. Let's see here. And then plus text. Grab our heading 2. Drag this back over here. Let's say tone up. And then we're going to change the color to white so it matches the others and apply. Okay, so basically what I want to do here is I'm trying to highlight, the kind of the specific plans that I tailor. Because obviously, anyone that goes to a personal trainer, they're looking for different services. Well, a lot of people might think the default is, well, people just want to go to a trainer to lose weight. Me personally, I've always been pretty skinny. So I've worked with personal trainers on gaining mass. You have some people that are already in good shape. They just want to get a little bit more tone, get more in shape. So anyways, just showing, that these services are available, in our business. Again, everything's customizable. You know your business, you know your audience better than I do, but you can customize absolutely everything. So I like these images actually that are, provided in the template, and these are free to use, so you don't have any copyright concerns. If you want to change these images, you can. So if you have some of your own taken on your computer, you can just click this pencil icon and we go to change picture and we can upload. So first off, you have your template gallery. So these are images that come with HeroBuilder for free. But if you want to upload your own, you can just click upload. And you can see now it goes to my computer, and I can click on any of the images that I have of my business to add to the site. There's a free gallery, so this is just the gallery here that comes default. If I have a link to a picture, so if I have a picture that's uploaded that's public onto the web, maybe it's a public Dropbox link, I could put it in here and import it. And then we also have the Font Awesome icons. Now these wouldn't look too good here, but you can use these icons throughout your site. Once again, free of charge. All right, I don't want to change them though. I like these right now, so we're going to go with them. Okay, so now we have more call to actions. So what I want to do is just like above here, I'm going to click on the button, and I've got another call to action. So do lose weight. Gain muscle, get tone. Okay, so we're just using a couple of different calls to action here, and if we get into like multivariate A/B testing, it gets a little complicated. But basically, just want our audience that's coming to the site, they can select specifically what they're looking for and get some more information about it, or go sign up for your services. So if I click on each one, I can go over here to the right, and I want to look for that link again. You can see by default, these are already linked to the workout services page. This one, and this one. So these links are already set to that page, just like your above call to action. But you know, if I wanted to develop a page for each one of these services, I can most certainly do that, you know. And if you're just getting started with your website, you know, maybe you do just have like a catch-all workout services page. And then as you get more time, then you can go develop a page for each one to get more specific and also help your search engine rankings. But, you know, getting started, I like to tell people, you know, keep it really simple. You know, the biggest thing I see that beginners building their first site fail at is they want everything so perfect. They spend all this time and they never actually get live. So, you know, you really want to get live as quickly as possible. You can always go back and add more pages or tailor things to be exact. Okay, so I like this. This section's good. All right, so now down here, there's, you know, one more section here. This is an interesting element that we have. This is a slideshow of different pictures. So if you have a business that has, you know, you want to show like, you know, maybe just some before and afters or testimonials or something, this would be a good place to do it. You'll notice when I clicked on this element, I go to my right and I can see some other stuff here. So it's set to be a slideshow. So under Gallery, Slideshow. If I wanted to change it, you know, to show these images in a different manner, I could do that here. You know, I like the slideshow, but I could change it up. You know, if I wanted to show multiple images at once, I can have complete control over that. This is the padding, the padding, the spacing in between the images. I'm going to leave that default. I don't want to auto crop or enlarge pictures. I don't want to do any of that. If I go down to picture, you can see there's 5 pictures selected. So I can click my pencil. And if I want to add an image to this slideshow, I could do it here by clicking Add New. I can select some of our you know, predefined galleries, or I can upload some. If I go back, I can add a title. You know, what are these pictures of? Just put like our clients we want. You know, do we link these to anything? We could just put you know, link it to a web address, page on your site. We could just link this to our contact me page. Apply. And we could add a description if we want. I'm not going to here. So you can see that added a little caption here at the bottom. Just our clients, or I think we go like some of our clients. Let's go back here. And so this description here, this is the independent for each picture. So we could maybe put, you know, this says adult athlete, so we could put athletes. I misspelled that. I would die without spell check. Getting tone. So I'm just adding some descriptions or some titles to each one of these images, which you'll see as my slideshow goes through. Now I can see that by the picture. So you can do that if you want. If you don't want to, you don't have to. All right, so down here, so we have our picture. We could change the border. You can see this border's gray. If we wanted to make this a little darker, we could. Oh, the border, it looks like a kind of a bluish. Just want to make it black. Let's just do that. Apply. All right. Now, this is the size. So once again, we can change the size, or we can just click here and drag our mouse to change the size that way. If we want to make it smaller or bigger, you know, we can do that here. I'm going to click undo because I don't want to change it. Okay, so now we have, it's kind of a headline for this box. So our clients love it. All right, so I'm just thinking off the top of my head, just adding some more text, and trying to show how you can customize, absolutely everything. If we wanted to move this up a little bit, we could do that. We change around the spacing. We can, we have so much control over this design. All right, so I'm pretty pleased with this page. Let's go preview it now. All right, so here's what it looks like on my wide screen. We have our menu. We have our call to action. We have a preview of our services. We have some testimonials or more description. Then we have our footer. I'll show you how to edit that next. All right, so I'm going to close preview. Actually, I want to show it in the mobile phone too. So here's what it looks like on a laptop. Yeah, it looks good. Comes in a little bit. Here's what it looks like on an iPad or tablet. Looks pretty good. And then here's what it's going to look like on a phone. Now, obviously, it gets a little bit longer on a phone, but that's all right. All right, so let's close the preview. Okay, so let's get that footer out of the way really quick. So just a basic copyright. So, at NameHero with HeroBuilder, each website goes onto its own public subdomain. So by default, that's what shows here. You probably don't want to leave that in there. You probably want to change, copyright. I'm just going to change it to copyright Ryan's Fitness. Something about my site here. There's a link on here. I'm just going to delete it. Apply. See if that deleted my link. Yep. Okay, so and also, when you're clicking on these elements, you'll notice on the right, if you ever want to hide something, and this bottom text isn't a good example, but like this slider. If we did not want this to show on the phone, because maybe it makes the page too long, we go over here and untick it off of show on phone. So that way the page doesn't get so long. And then you can see it when we go to preview. Let me save my draft here so I don't lose anything just in case. Click preview. You can see this is showing, but now if I click the phone, I don't see that box. So that's, again, this is a huge goal of us here at NameHero's HeroBuilder, is to make sure your website looks great on all devices and give you an easy way to accomplish it. So you can see we still show it on tablets and we still show it on laptops, but just that phone, we hid that one element. All right, so let's close the preview. Okay, so we changed this copyright text, just say Ryan's Fitness. Now we have some social media icons. It's always good to be social. So I'm just clicking the Facebook, and if I go down here, you can see the link is linked to another place, and then here's Facebook. I can click this pencil, and I can set it to my Facebook URL. So, whatever my page or profile is that I want to send people to, and I would just click apply. If I wanted to delete it, I could just simply, hit the delete key and it's gone. If I don't have a Facebook or don't want to share my Facebook, when I undo it, I've got an Instagram, so I could go over here to link and same thing, click the pencil, and I could change whatever my profile is on Instagram. And Twitter, same thing. Go over here. Gosh, it's still using an Instagram link. So if I wanted just to change this to something like that. If I wanted to open in a new window, so people don't get off my site when they click it, I could do that. All right. Now, by default, we have our HeroBuilder logo. Then it doesn't show too well in this footer, but you can remove this. You're by no means bound to having any of our stuff on there. So delete, and it's gone. You can see, so it even looks better, if nothing on that footer. Okay, so now we've made a full, main page here, and I like the way it's going. I think it looks good, so I'm going to save my draft. Okay, so my next page is I want to work on my workout services page because I just linked to it from here, here, and yeah, so 4 spots I linked to it. So let's go work on that page for a second. Okay, so this page here is where pretty much our money page, right? They've came in from the main page, they've clicked the call to action, they're expressing, extreme interest in our services. So now we want to give them the ability to purchase one of our services at this time. So at the first off, we've just got some icons here. So this is just design, there's nothing, special about these. If I wanted to edit these, delete them, I can, but if I click this pencil, this is that Font Awesome gallery that I was showing you earlier. You can change any of these or add to or whatnot, but you can use these. They're 100% free of charge, and I think Font Awesome looks really clean, makes the page look a little bit more professional. If I wanted to change the color, I can. Link to another place. No, there's no link selected in there, so I could link them out if I wanted to, but I don't really think that'd look that good. If I needed to hide them on a phone, I could. Let's see what it looks like. You see that doesn't line up too nicely on a phone, does it? So let's click here, and let's click actually this whole element here. And we'll go down here to visibility. Let's not show that on a phone. All right, so let's save our draft. So our laptop, our tablet, and our phone. Yeah, that looks much better. Doesn't show that well on a phone, so we just hide it. Okay, so what I'm going to do here is just title, what is it? What's the product and services? So custom workout and diet packages. I'm going to call it plans. I think plans might sound a little better. All right, and then we can just, again, some more text here. Okay, so I'm just giving some instruction on what happens on this page. So select your package below to sign up. Immediately after payment, I'll reach out to schedule an introductory call where we can get started on reaching your custom goals. So on this page, I plan on selling my meal plans and my diets, directly to the customer. And I'm going to show you how to set it all up. It's super easy. But I'm telling them after they sign up and pay, then I'm going to reach out with a introductory call where we can start their custom goals. Okay, so if I want to edit some of this spacing, I notice, some of this doesn't look like it spaces the best, so I can move it up a little bit. Let's see what it looks like here. Here. It's looks like on a phone. So let me just move that up just a tad. All right. So again, you can change all the spacing. You can edit any of this or delete any of these elements. And I think the main thing I'm trying to highlight here is everything's so simple, drag and drop here with HeroBuilder. Whether you have any experience or not, it's very flexible. Okay, so there's just some predefined images again. Now this is actually a gallery, so I don't really like this here. This is showing thumbnails of a gallery. And again, we can change this to different types of stuff. I'm not really a big fan of this. Let's click this plus button and let's look at some of the blocks we have. So we have a layout, a gallery. Let's click blocks. I want to find something to better highlight my services. About us. Let's look at products. All right, so these blocks are custom for your website, and we have some just predefined ones. So you can make these yourself, but we have some that just make it a lot easier. It's like pricing, and you basically choose a category. So I like this here. This shows the actual packages in a nice listing. So I'm going to click on that and add. Okay, so I want to get rid of this here. So I'm just going to click it and delete it. Got a little spacer in there. Let's delete that too. All right. So now you can see we drug this block on there. We have to make it look like the page now. So you remember, anytime in HeroBuilder we want to edit something, we just click on it and then we look to our right. So I'm going to go with first our background color. So you can see there's tons of different things we can edit on this element, and you can always minimize these if it gets to be too much going on. So I'm going to go to background color. Let's make it transparent. Border, just kind of, it's a 0 weight, so that's not going to show. Layouts, so these are horizontally laid out. If we want to change them vertically or absolute, I think it would look better horizontally. Allow them to wrap. You can change the way they distribute on the page. I think the default's good here though. Row becomes a column on a phone. So basically, you know, on a phone, you couldn't show all these. So these will actually break down to become a column. So if I click here on my phone, you can see what I'm talking about. See, instead of being completely vertically, now they're horizontal. So I think that looks good. All right. We can make these sticky. We don't want to do that, which basically means it doesn't scroll. Size. So we can change the size here, or we can, you know, drag again here and, you know, edit the height and stuff like that. I guess we could take this up just a little bit since there's a lot of spacing around this. Let's just take this up a little bit more. All right, layout, size. We have our spacing. So just 100% shows the spacing percentage for each device. Visibility, you know, we want to show this on phones because if someone's signing up, we want to be able to click it. Okay, so I think the element looks pretty good now. I mean, we could get nitpicky all day long, and me being a perfectionist, I sure would. But again, the goal is to get things, you know, online quickly or sooner than later, because, you know, every time you spend developing is time that you're spending where you could be, you know, running your business. Okay, so I want to customize each one of these packages now. So we'll just call this all right, so we're going to do a workout only package. We're going to do a diet only package. And then we're going to do a combo. So we'll put most popular, workouts only. So we're just basically, we've got a you know, headline, what the package is, and then we have a description about the package. Now on each one of these, you know, I don't like that color at all. So let's change that. So I'm gonna double click that text. You can see it's using custom 18. Well, I just want to change it. So let's just go to custom 1. I like black. Actually, you know, red might look pretty good to kind of go in with our design. So let's go up here. Let's make it a darker red. Apply. All right. I want to make it a little bit bigger too. So let's go to, all right, actually we can go over here. Advanced, oops, size. Click the font again. It's not going to do it. General. No, we have to do it all from here. So let's see. I'm going to choose just a little bit bigger. Excuse my lag here. I want to make it look really good though. Okay. Custom workout plan. It's almost a little too big. There we go. Heading 3, that looks good. So, you know, play around, see what looks good for your site, and then, of course, you know, check it out and how's it look on that phone. And it's kind of jacking up the spacing a little bit, so we'll have to look at that here in just a few. Okay, so we're going to keep that, and then we're going to want to do the same thing here. So we can go here and look. We're using heading 3, and we're using that red. So we're going to go down here, select our heading 3. Whoops. Heading 3. I'll change the color. We can use this recent. I love this. So, you know, I don't have to go try to pick that same color red to get consistency. And I'll do the same thing to this one. Double click. Want my heading 3. And then we want my red. All right. So now we have each plan we want to offer. We have a little description. We have this little line here, and you can see it's a kind of a grayish color. I guess it works all right. It looks all right. Let's save our draft. Let's preview it. Now you can see we still need to do some work for it to look really good. For some reason, it's not looking too hot on mobile, so we're going to have to take a look at that. as well as our tablet's not looking too hot either. So our spacing's kind of off. So we need to go look at those as well. But let's go ahead and finish our pricing. All right, so what we could do here is a custom workout plan. So what we could do is we could say, you know, this is a 6-week plan to get started. So we could put like, you know, $29.95. And we could put So we're just going to describe, you know, what's in each package. So I just put on here 6-week custom workouts, example videos, no equipment necessary. We just want to, you know, make this look similar here. So we could do do something like that. I'm trying to match all my heights and stuff. All right. So we just did 6 weeks diet and workout plans, best value, custom to you. Looks pretty good. And now we want to change these buttons to look good. I don't like that green. Gosh, I don't like that green. So we're going to use that red we used. Try to keep some consistency here. And actually, I need to go back. And I want my hover to be the same background. Apply. But I want my text on hover to be black. And we can underline the hover. Active, we want that to stay red. We can leave that default. And then we can look here. Background, we're going to use the red. Just make all these look the same. Hover, right, still red. Font color, we want it black. Underline it. Active, we can just leave that red. And then same on this one here. So since this block was pre-designed, you know, we just have to customize it just a little bit, you know, nothing too crazy, but to make it look good on our site. Active, I'll leave it red. Okay, so this looks pretty good now. I think we got a pretty good idea of what it's what it's going to look like. All right, now I've got my page pretty much where I want it. You know, I think it looks pretty good. I've got my plans on here. I've got a pretty good color scheme going here. So now, you know, I always like to test as I go along, you know, how's things look on the laptop, how's it look on the tablet, and how's it fold down to a phone. Because you can see, obviously, you know, we want our site to be really good on mobile phones because, you know, if someone's coming to our website from Facebook, they're going to make an order or view our products or services. We want to make sure it looks good. Okay, now the next part about our builder here that I'm going to demonstrate is how to integrate with our main e-commerce feature, which allows your customers to purchase right on your site with just a click. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to change up these buttons here and make these instant payment buttons using PayPal. And I personally recommend going the PayPal route with these because it's the easiest way to do it. So your customers could order your custom workout plan with literally a click and you can get paid and then you can start distributing your services to the customer. So to do this, once again, we have to make sure we have the e-commerce package on our HeroBuilder account because this option will not show if you don't. So if you're following along, just make sure. But I'm going to click on this plus icon and I'm going to go to Commerce. And then under Commerce, I'm going to look for the Buy Now. So it's just right here. You can see we've got many different gateways that we incorporate with. PayPal is by far the easiest in my opinion, but there are several others. So I'm going to click this Buy Now PayPal. And you can see I've got this little orange button now. So I can drag it down here, and I'm just going to drag it right by this sign up. So I'm going to click on this one, and I just want to delete that because I want to make this a Buy Now button for PayPal. So now I'm going to go in and I'm going to modify this just a bit. So just like with anything else at HeroBuilder, I click it and then I look to my right to see what my options are. And under General, you're going to see more properties. So let's click it. Okay, so for this one here, if I click on Style, you can see here's what it looks like when I preview it. So the background on this one, you know, if I click over this, you can see that it's actually using an image. It's using a logo. So that's not going to help me here if I want to change this color from yellow. So I'll click on this again, and I'm just going to do a transparent background, so I get rid of that. Now, if I hover over logo here, you can see I've got a couple options. I can use just their Buy Now or PayPal here, you know, in this format. So you know, this here doesn't look too good, right? So I want to keep this on Buy Now. However, if I want to change this to make it look like my site and look a little bit more customizable, I can do this. I can change Show Logo No. I can create a button label that says Sign Up. And then I can get my background here, and I can go to my red here I've been using. For my font, where do I change my font? Let's see, font here is Arial. I need to change the color of it though. Let's see. Oh, and we'll go in and look at the font here in just a second. So, oh, I'm sorry, it's right here. I'm losing my mind here. All right, so we'll go to white. Okay, so let's go to the color of the fonts here. We'll increase this just a little bit. Max logo width. I'm going to increase the width's good. When the height needs to be a little bit more. Let's go a little bit higher in the width so it spreads out a little bit. Let's go to a little lower. Sign up. Let's see. Use around the corners. Yeah, let's round them up. So I'm trying to make it look like, you know, kind of the same format we had. All right, so let's just apply it and see what this looks like. Okay, so it's a little different. If I wanted to make it bigger, I guess I could. So just back there in Properties, and I could change the height just a little bit more and make it a little bigger here. To bigger call to action, apply. And I think these are almost too big, but I could go that wide if I wanted to. But anyways, I think you get the idea of where I'm going with this, is I can customize this button just specifically for PayPal. So let's go back to more properties though, make sure we have everything we do. Options. We don't need anything else on here. General. Okay, so let's go back to General here, and we need to enter some information so when we're accepting the order, we know what obviously the customer is going to be buying. So the item name, this is going to be the item for this package. So this is our workouts only. So we're going to put workouts only. Our price is $29.95. If there's shipping, so this is going to be a digital service, so there will be no shipping, so I can just put 00. I use United States dollar. Email address to receive payments. Okay, so if you already have a PayPal account, then you could enter that email address here. If you don't have a PayPal account, enter whatever email address that you use. So, you know, if you just have one, then enter it. But if you have another one for your business, you can enter it here. So I'm just going to type in HeroBuilder demo at NameHero.com. Now, if I don't have a PayPal account, when someone sends me my first payment, I'll get an email from PayPal saying, hey, someone's trying to send you $29.95, click here to claim it. When I go to do that, it'll walk me through how to set up a PayPal account. So if I don't already have one, I don't have to worry about it. If I already have one, then it'll automatically just start working. Okay, now if I want to put it in test mode, I could do that as well. I could click this to run a test transaction. I'm not going to do that at this time. Okay, so I'm going to apply it. So now I've got my PayPal button, and I can also duplicate this to make it easier just to change these up. So I just right-clicked and duplicate. Go over here. I'm going to click on this and just hit my delete button. And I'm going to move this one over here. It's in line here. I'm going to duplicate this one. I'm going to delete this one here. And I'm going to drag this one over here. All right, so you can see now we're getting a little bit, we're making some good progress here. I can move this font up too, you know, this. You can adjust this too if you need to, you know, close some of that space, but I'm just not going to worry about it right now so we don't get too lengthy in this video. So I'm going to go back here and to more properties. So since I duplicated the button, remember it's going to have this same price for all of them, so I've got to make sure that I change it in accordance with my packages. So this was diets only. diets only, and let's just say diets only is $39.95. All right, so it's important though that I change my item name to be unique, because when someone orders, we want to make sure we're giving them the correct product. So I'm going to apply, and I'm just going to change this here to say $39.95, so we're keeping track here. And then the workout plus diet, we're going to change that to $49.95. And once again, we'll go to sign up, more properties, and we'll change this to diets and workouts. And we'll change it to $49.95, shipping 0. Apply. All right, so now we have instant payment by buttons. And I'm going to preview this and show you what it looks like. So let me save my draft. If I click on preview, I can see it here. Now if I click it, you can see I'm taken out of my browser over to PayPal, and you can see I'm about to pay $49.95. So I've got to enter my PayPal account. So again, if I'm acting like I'm a customer, they have to enter their PayPal account here. If they don't have one, they just click to create one here, and they can begin to make the payment. So you can see even if they don't have a PayPal account, they can go ahead and just pull out their credit card, enter their information, it'll automatically create one for them, and then they can pay. Now, as soon as they do all that, you're going to get an email that says, so-and-so, Ryan just ordered the custom diet plan for $39.95, and then you can reply back to me with all my diet plan that I just purchased from you. Now, notice, we set that up without installing any software. We set that up without doing any complicated, merchant account, sign up or anything like that. It was just we dragged, we dropped, we entered our email address, and then we're all set. That's why I love the PayPal Buy It Now buttons. They make it really easy, especially for those of you that are just getting started, to start offering your workout products. All right, I'm going to close my preview. So that's how I do my services page, to be able to get payments accepted online in real time and really fast and easy, completely customized to my business. And I think by now we've got a pretty good site. We've got our home page here. And remember, we linked this up to our services. We added some of our services here. We modified and customized that. I want to go over to my About Me page to show you some options there. So obviously, if someone's shopping for your workout services, they want to know who you are. So this page here, you can just put anything about yourself. What I like to do is, a lot of people nowadays that are selling services online, selling products online, is they love their social media pages because it's a great channel, and they should. So Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, LinkedIn, or what have you. But I also think, a website's the best central hub for all of those channels than anything, because basically you can use your website as the main contact point. Again, you can't sell directly to using Facebook. There's not an option to just put a PayPal Buy It Now button there. So this is a good place to incorporate your social media. So, if you have 3 trainers on your team, you might highlight all 3 of them and link out to their social. But if it's just you could just have, your block here and modify this. And you see this one's got 6 different pages here. Somehow there's a HeroBuilder logo here. Let's get rid of that. So you can modify this whole page, to highlight who you are. If you click on this plus button, you're going to see a social blocks icon. And this is a great way to incorporate maybe like your Instagram feed. And these take just a little bit to load, pulling from Instagrams, Facebook, and all their servers. But if I click this, I can add this to the page, and it's just pulling in here. So let me just delete some of this. Okay, so if I wanted to highlight, just some information from Instagram, I put this block in, and I can click on my More Properties, and I can enter my public Instagram username and validate it, and then I can begin showing my Instagram post right here on my website. So it's pretty much a feed that feeds right on into my website, so I'm able to show my social media happenings. That way, when I'm posting content on Instagram, I'm not having to then go over to my website and upload it there or add the links. It's all done automatically for me. It keeps my website nice and updated, and it also shows the users, hey, the website's the central point, but I'm also really active on Instagram. There's also social buttons for Facebook, Twitter. We have some other random social media networks that are in different countries. So for those of you that are international, here's your Twitter feed. Instagram, Facebook comment boxes aren't really used that much anymore. But if you have a Facebook page, this is kind of the fans they call this their fan box. You could add this here. Then you have your normal share and like buttons that you can add. And you can do this on any page as well. But I personally, especially for the fitness-based niche, adding a feed of your posts is great because I know a lot of instructors will add their videos and workouts there. So that's what I recommend doing. Now, if I scroll on down, you're going to see a subscribe box. So this is set up if you want to allow your audience the ability to subscribe to a newsletter. This is mainly used if you're using a third-party service such as Constant Contact, MailChimp. All the code is here, but you need to integrate with a third-party service to allow your customers or subscribers to opt in. If not, you could have this send to your email automatically. So if I click this form and I go to email settings, I could enter my email address in here, HeroBuilder demo at NameHero.com. The form will be sent from, and you can just do no reply. I'm just entering a random email address in here, but you obviously want to enter a valid one in there. But you could put your subject. And the message they see after they fill out this. So what I did here is when someone enters their email address, it's going to send me an email with their email so I could subscribe them to my mailing list. Now, again, the code's really here to use a third-party service to optimize this, to automate it pretty much so you don't have to manually subscribe them to your list or add them to your list. But if you want to do it manually, that's an easy way to do it as well. So you've got that option. And if you don't want to have that, that's fine. You could obviously just click on the element and delete it off your page. But while we're talking about forms, the last page here is this Contact Me page. So I'm going to click on it. Oh, I'm going to save. Getting in a little bit of a hurry there. All right, so the Contact Us page, this also has a form on it. And so you absolutely want to have a contact form on your website. Some people just want to put their email. That's great, but what I found from my experience working online, when people have a question about your product or service and they have to actually open their email or click their email or whatnot, you're not going to get as much feedback. They like just an easy form to submit. So we automatically put a form in a lot of our templates to do this. Just like anything else with HeroBuilder, you click the form, and you look to your right, and we have to set up our email address just like we did on the previous one. So first off, where do you want the information sent in this form to be delivered to? So HeroBuilder, for me, demo at NameHero.com, and the email address that you want the form to be sent from. And these can be the same too. This is just, when you get the email, who did it come from? So we can just put that. This is the subject form, or the subject you're going to get in the email. So contact form from website, just so you know what the email's for. And then the message the visitor sees when they click submit. So thank you. I'll be in touch shortly. All right. And you can add, things like attachments and stuff to it to, define the size. I don't really recommend having people attach unless you want them to send like before photos or whatnot. You can also direct the form to another URL. So basically to another website address when they submit the form. I personally just like the message because it keeps them on your website. SMTP, these are additional options if you're using like Gmail for your email. Most everyone are just going to do what I just did, add your email address here and not worry about these settings here. So unless you specifically have any issues, don't worry about that. It gets a little complicated. If you want to add a Captcha to the page, Captcha is basically, and I'm sure you've seen them across the internet, it makes sure you're not a computer. It says you're not a bot. It prevents you from getting spam from your contact form. If you start to get spam, you just go to Google reCAPTCHA. Just Google reCAPTCHA or click that link, and you can sign up for a key. It's free. But you really don't need to do that right off the bat. Just if anything else with HeroBuilder, we can customize the width, the height, the max width and stuff of this form. Really not needed on this template since it's already there. If I want to change the fields, so you can see the fields are name, email address, address, how did you find us, and message, I can do that at the top under fields. So you can see I've got name, email, address. So if I don't want to include the address, I would just click this checkbox and it disappears. If I didn't want to include how did you find us, I could take it off there. If you want to have a drop down of your question, you could put it here, your question, and then you could put options. Something like other. So now you have these drop down options, and let me save it and I'll show you. Oh, finally, before I preview it, let me show you the form. If you'll notice the right side here, this checkbox makes it required, meaning that someone cannot submit this form unless they enter at least their name, their email, and a message. And we didn't make that this question. We didn't make this question required. So now if I click on preview, see my form here? So when people, they can go to reach out to me, and when they fill this out, I will get an email message, with this information. Let me close the preview. Okay, so that's, it's pretty straightforward, not too complicated. We try to make forms as easy as possible to change it up, how you want it for your business. You have some check boxes, I want to receive newsletters. So if you're also subscribing them to a newsletter, you could have that, or you could remove it. If you have terms and conditions, if not, you could take that off too. And then submit button text, you could change this to send feedback or whatever you want it to say. And that's pretty much all there is to it. Pretty simple stuff. You can add your address here, if you have a physical address or your phone number and email to customize that, or you could just delete them if it doesn't make sense. There's some more text here. All throughout the site, I recommend calls to action. Whatever page that your visitors are on, you should have an opportunity for them to go to your services page. So for example, this just try, you'd probably want to click this box here and link this to your services page, which this is by default. So if someone clicks just try, it goes to your services. And your website, it funnels all the traffic in to try to get them to sign up to whatever service you're offering. So that, that keeps it on their mind, increase your conversion rate, meaning you'll get more people to sign up that's actually going to your website. All right, I think at this point, we've got a pretty good looking site set up. I'll save my draft again, and we can do a final walkthrough preview. So we can go to home, start at the home page. Got our get started, virtual personal trainer. Look at all of it. All right, we can go to about me. Our about me page. We showed our Instagram feed here. Have calls to action all through the site. Click workout services. We have our custom workout and diet plans. These are the one-click buy it now buttons that will go to PayPal. Got our call to action here. And we can go to contact me. Got our address, phone, some information, our form, and our call to action. All right, everything looks good on a mobile phone. And look at our mobile menu, it kind of collapses. So if people are coming from Facebook on their phone, they can easily sign up, get started. They can see all your plans, all that. So it looks good. So at this point, I think I'm pretty confident in my site. So when you are ready, you just hover over Publish and then click on Publish. And this will automatically upload your website so it's public on the internet. So it just takes some time to gather everything we've just done, and it's going to send it to NameHero's secure high-speed cloud, and then your website's going to be online. So we'll just give it here just a second while it publishes. All right, so now it's published. I just paused this video a second. It literally took 2 minutes, but I need to grab a phone call anyways while it did that. All right, so once it's published, you get a green message that says published successfully. I can go back to my NameHero client area, and under the Your Website link, you're going to see this is your subdomain. And this link here is unique to your website. So when I click it, I can see my website, and it's public. So I can copy and paste this link to all my friends, family members, or I can copy it to my phone, I can email it or whatnot, and they can also see my website. And it's the same thing we just previewed. It's now live across the internet. So essentially now people can go to that link and start signing up for your services. Remember the one click? And go right to PayPal and it gets started for the transaction. Pretty cool, right? Okay, so now though, this doesn't look good, right? It doesn't look good to have this random URL. At this point, if you've built your site, you probably want your own custom domain. So, ryansfitness.com or whatnot is what we want to do. So I'm going to show you how to add that. So in the NameHero client area, I can go to domains and register a new domain. And we've got the NameHero search engine to find us a new domain. So I'm going to guess that ryansfitness.com is taken. So if I go to ryansfitness.com, probably taken. Yep, it is. But ryans-fitness.com is not. If I wanted to say, I'm in Kansas City, so I could do Ryan's Fitness KC. That's open. I think that'd work pretty good. So, up to you. You look whatever fits your business, starts the search for that. I personally like .coms that are easy to remember, brandable, and spellable. Obviously, when you're trying to give your domain out to a friend on the phone, you want to make sure they can remember it and spell it. That's a big thing. I don't like to use hyphens or anything. Ryan's-fitness. I don't like that because you try to say that over a phone, someone's going to miss a space or a dash and have a problem. But once you find your name, you just click here, and this adds it to the cart. $12.98 a year, pretty cheap. View our cart. All right, so now we have some options when we're registering our domain. DNS management and email forwarding, these are not needed. Since you have HeroBuilder, these features come with it, so you don't need these two. But you may want to consider ID protection. This just protects your public information or your private information from becoming public. When you register a domain, your full name, your mailing address, your phone number, and your email address are placed in a public database. That way, anyone can find the real owner of your website. If you add our ID protection, we mask that with proxy information. So basically, it replaces your email with an email address at whoishero, a proxied email. So if someone tries to contact you, the information still forwards without giving out your email address. It keeps you protected from spam. It's $2.98 a year if you want to use that service. Of course, if you don't want to, you don't have to worry about it. You can add the ID protection later if you want. Okay, so next we have this question about name servers. So for name servers, you need to get these inside of your HeroBuilder account. So I'm going to go back over here to my client area, and you're going to see name servers. So these are what you would want to use. So I'll just simply copy it, take it over here, and I'll paste it. Name server 1, name server 2. You change that to NS2, because remember, there's 2 of them. Continue. All right, and now I can buy my domain. So I've got it's $15.96, with the ID protection for a year, and I can check out, and now I can make my payment. Okay, so I'm not gonna register this domain since I'm doing a demo. But if I did, I would just agree to my terms and complete order, and the domain would register. Okay, so once that's done, once you have your domain, I'm gonna go back to my client area. You need to connect your domain to your website. So to do that, I go down here and click on Connect Domain. Okay, so Connect Domain. This is where you enter it. So now I would enter that domain here. So I would enter ryansfitnesskc.com. This is what I would enter here and click Connect. Now, I've got an example domain in my account. It has nothing to do with fitness at all, but I'll do that just so I can show you what it looks like live. So I'm just going to go to my domains and get it here. So trekhosting.com. Once again, it says nothing about hosting. So it does nothing about fitness rather, but it just is an example. So I'm just going to paste this in here. Don't want to use any special characters, just the domain.com. So make sure when you're entering yours, it looks like this, your domain, whatever it is, .com, net, org, whatnot. I click connect. And this binds your domain with your website. So it takes just a few minutes here just to connect everything up. All right. So now we can see that it's the domain's here, our website URL's here, and it's connected. Okay, now once you do this, it takes about an hour to 2 hours for everything to go live across the internet. We always tell customers at NameHero, this period is called DNS propagation. Sometimes it might take up to 24 hours. So if your website's not live in 24 hours, then reach out. But if it's not live in an hour, just give it some more time because it's most likely what it needs. Once it has propagated though, once you're able to go to say trekhosting.com and you see your website, you're able to see this website here. Then you can go here and click this box and this will generate a secure certificate. So you have the lock up here, like at NameHero.com, you'll notice we have the lock on it, and this is 100% free. A lot of our competitors will charge for this. We believe in a safer, more secure internet is better for everyone, so we don't try to make money off security because we feel it's very important nowadays especially, and even more so important when you're selling products or services. You have to make sure that things are propagated though, because if your domain's not yet connected, then this will fail. So it's going to take just a few minutes here, maybe a minute or so while it sees if it's connected. And mine might fail since I just now connected this domain. So we'll just give it another second here and see. While we wait on it, let me go back to my client area. But once you connect your domain, you're going to have some extra features that I'll talk about really quick. If I scroll down here, you're going to see I've got email accounts and email forwards. So let's talk about email forwards first. This allows you to have email at your own domain. So remember, Trek Hosting, nothing to do with fitness, but this will allow me, if I've got like ryan@gmail.com, I can forward email from my own domain. So let's say I wanted to have ryan@trekhosting.com forward to my Gmail. So ryan@gmail.com. I would click add. And then once the domain's propagated, people could email me, ryan@trekhosting.com, and it would go right to my Gmail. And you can see it already exists because I have another example, so I could just enter something different. With our e-commerce package, you can set up unlimited email forwards. So you could have one for, say, support, billing, sales. If you have friends, family that want it, you can do that. And this goes already to your existing email account. Now, if I go over to email accounts, this is also an option with our e-commerce package. You can actually have your own email box, your own email account, so you don't have to forward it. You can have a whole new email address to check. So let's say I wanted to do, say, support@trekhosting.com or at Ryan's Fitness, whatnot. I would need to generate a password, use a strong one, write this down, and click create. And now when people email me, support@trekhosting, it actually goes to my own email account. So I can click access webmail here, and then I can log in, I did support@trekhosting.com. I can paste my password, click log in, boom. And I've got my own little email, just like it would be at Gmail or whatnot. And so this comes 100% complimentary with the e-commerce package at NameHero. So whether you want to have an email forward or your own email box, it makes it look much more professional on your website when you have an email address at your domain versus just using Gmail. Let's go back over here and see our SSL. Let's see. I think it's successful here because I don't see an error, so we should be good to go. So if I go to Trek Hosting, let's see, I'm not going to hold my breath, so if it does not work, I apologize, because sometimes these things propagate really quick, sometimes they don't. So let's look. Yep, it did. Now if I go to HTTPS to check the secure certificate, that did not generate yet. So we still need to give that a little bit more time. But when it does, you'll have this lockbox on here. But now you can see, instead of having that really long subdomain, it says my own domain. And see, it looks much more professional that way, much easier to remember. And now I'm ready at this point to start promoting it. I can start using my social channels, start pasting out the link to my new website, and my customers can now sign up for my workout services. Very, very easy. I think we've completed this video in about an hour and a half. And so literally, an hour and a half ago, we did not have our own website. Now we not only have our own website, we can actually accept and take payments online. I think this is so powerful for the small business, the individual, the entrepreneur that's just getting started, wanting to offer your products and services online. And you're not just limited to virtual services. You could sell your products here. I've got another video on YouTube about how to do products specifically to add the shipping and all that, so check that out. I've got tons of other tutorials though that specifically address things like connecting your domain, adding the SSL certificate. So I did those really quick walk through here. So feel free to check out those videos as well, if you need additional help on those. If you like this video, if it helped you out, ask two things. One, hit the subscribe button down there so you can, be subscribed to our channel. And as I release new videos or updated videos, you'll be the first to know about it. Two, if you like this video, please give me a thumbs up at the bottom. I actually look at the thumbs up and the thumbs down. The more thumbs up, it knows that, you like this type of content and you want more of it. And so I know I need to expand on things and, maybe go into more detail about different types of e-commerce stores and shops. And if you hit the thumbs down, then I know, well, the audience probably doesn't like these type of videos, so I need to go work on, a different sector of HeroBuilder. So if you do those two things, subscribe and hit the thumbs up if you liked it, and we certainly do appreciate it. But that's how it's done. I'm super excited to have this out to you all. I look forward to seeing what you guys and gals build with this. I believe it's going to be awesome and amazing, and I really hope that it transforms your business, opens up all new opportunities for you, increases your revenue, and makes this your very best year yet, and you can expand from there. But I am Ryan Gray. I'm the founder and CEO here at NameHero. Thanks so much for watching, and I hope you have a wonderful day.